All right, welcome to Feisty Chess. We've got black against victorious 007. Let's mix it up with the Alekhine Defense. Okay, we'll go d6 here. We've got to keep running with our knight. I think... yeah, here, knight c6. Think about bishop g4 here. That might have been the main move just a second ago, but just knights before bishops, and I know my knight wants to get to c6. A little bit trickier of a move order because I'm not immediately threatening bishop takes. It gives white something to think about. Knight c3. Knight c3. I think I like this move. Now I get bishop g4. He's got to go bishop e3 and leave the pin. Here's how it works. Oh, that's an option, I suppose. All right, I need to think about this. E takes and bishop takes. Oh, bishop takes and he takes back with a mate threat. So I think I need to go f takes e here. I don't think this works, right? I could even go bishop takes. No, I can't go bishop takes. So f takes e. I think that's just a pawn. I can castle queenside after queen d7. And I'm still threatening. Still making the same threats. So the threat is bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes pawn. And if he should break the pin, bishop takes here, well then bishop takes, and I get this pawn. Well, let's make sure that works here. That's why it's important to get knight c6 in, because then once bishop takes, he's not hitting this b7 pawn. He may just take, yeah, let's do this. He may take with the g pawn, which also ruins his pawn structure. Okay, we're going up 2 pawns here. Let me just make sure that I'm not subject to any forks. And the bishop check here, I can just meet with g6, or even king d7. Okay, white's playing this as a gambit. This is the main virtue of the Alekhine Defense, at least at my level. 2 virtues. It gets your opponent immediately into your book, not theirs. And second, better recapture. Second, it puts a lot of pressure on white's center in ways that they might not be used to dealing with. Now, I've got a huge center. Queen d7 seems to just shore things up. I can go g6 and bishop g7. Maybe, I don't know about going d5 to protect this pawn. That leaves these squares awfully weak. Protect that knight, I should say. Let's just come back to b6. You can have that pawn, I suppose. We'll go queen d7. Retain one of our pawns. Happy to trade queens, up a pawn. Not sure where my king is going just yet. White probably wants to play knight e4. If I go d5 now, that leaves some pawns weak. I like the look of the bishop on this diagonal. I'm not worried about knight e4. Keep white guessing as to where we're castling. I don't like the look of castling queenside, though, to be honest. He'll have this queen a6 check. It might not be all that dangerous, but okay, bishop comes to g7. Might not be all that dangerous over here. Let's look at something like castles. Queen check. And then I've got queen here to get the queen out of there if I need to. King might be safer in the center. I mean, look at all this pawn shelter I've got in the center. If bishop e3 to defend this, the knight coming there guarantees me a piece trade. Okay. Well, he's opening up his own king side here. I have not castled on that side yet. That might make opposite sides castling look even better for me. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'll complete my development. I'll let him get queen a6 check in. Not sure about it. You can come at me pretty quick with a4, a5 with my knight on b6. Let's improve this knight. I'm thinking my king is going to stay in the center. White doesn't really have any pawn breaks on my center. And my rooks each have nice homes on open files. There's an F file and a B file. I won't be able to analyze this game too much. Okay, he's really coming for me. Should I grab another pawn? I don't think that works out here. Bishop takes. Yeah, I should have considered bishop takes last turn. Bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes, queen here, but then I have like e5 or c5. So yeah, I don't see any threat here with this h pawn. My rook is on the h file. I'll happily open that up. There's no checks. Let's go. Up 2 pawns again. Okay. Simplifying. Yeah, I really like how c5 looks. Maybe even e5 after that. So queen here, or here maybe, trying to skewer these two pieces. I just got c5. Protecting. I see. Ooh, I see. Well, queen g4 looks good. He's got a check. Oh, I'm going to go for this. I might even recapture with the pawn here. Let him take with check. Probably just play e5. Maybe e5 was a better move to begin with. Yeah, okay, now I like e5 quite a bit. Big awkward pawn mass in the center. It's fun to play with. Could also just take off bishops. Queen f5 seems to solve some problems. Then he's got queen b5 check. Let's just keep building up the center. We've even got this in-between move. If he takes. Wait, no. Take, in between, push. Well, that's complicated. Let's keep the e-file closed since my king lives there. Quite a mess of center pawns. Funny, the Alekhine being such a hyper-modern defense, you give white the center, and then over the course of the game I proceeded to take it away from him. I've made this tricky on myself, haven't I? I'm only up one pawn. Okay, I think I see a line where I'm giving up some checks here, but I think my king will be quite happy on e6. But I need to get my queen to this side first. So this is my plan. Yep. You shelter behind these center pawns. If white wants to try to open up, with like f4, he's making his own king a little less safe. Oh my. Queen b7 just wins. It just wins. I have to go king d8 to avoid the skewer. And then I just lose both. I lose my rook. I'm sure Victorious 007 will find that. I can't play king e6 because I'm losing my queen. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I can deal with this. Let's open up the H file. Wow, we really lucked out. Not the way to play a chess game. Yeah, I hope you saw that. Queen b7 check. I have to... No, what am I thinking? King f6 is fine. King f6 is fine. Okay, all right. Snap out of it, Ben. Snap out of it. Don't usually play in the mornings. Something simple like queen h7 here. What does white do? Queen h7, and there's a rook sack here. He doesn't have a perpetual, does he? Here's queen h7, rook takes e5, d takes e5, queen takes. Where can my king go without giving up that rook with check, without letting his rook... Let's see, I should probably go king f7. He doesn't have this check, but he has this check and this check. There's also queen f7 going for the ending. Queen h6 may be better than queen h7. Okay, I'm going for queen h6. He can sack the rook if he wants. I think he has to. It seemed like a crime against chess to go for the queen ending here with queen f7. That would let a lot of pressure off of white. Yep. Do I have any sneaky ways to not take the perpetuals here? I don't think so. The idea with queen h6 is if I get my king to h7, I can maybe hide a few places. He doesn't have this check, so he has to go with this check now. Or d5. d5 it is. We're going to go here and give up another pawn, but remember we're up a rook now. Okay. I just go here, and then I'm coming to h7 wherever he checks next. The king kind of gets in the way of this mating threat, but the mating threat's purpose was to force the rook sack. So we'll just have to win by being up a rook instead. Okay. Now he doesn't even have this pawn. Maybe I can get a rook behind that pawn and make some threats with it. If he tries to get his rook here, I've just got rook here, and I'll gladly trade 2 rooks for that queen. Rook c8 makes some sense here. Yeah, rook c8, I can't really challenge it with my own rook to c8. Oh, this... Okay, this is complicated. If I bring a rook to e8, let's say this one, he has this check. I block. What if we bring this one? Which rook do we want to bring? Okay, I'm bringing this rook. Either of these checks and I block with the queen, and the point is wherever the queen sits, his queen, yeah, I block here, and wherever the queen sits, I can just take it if rook takes rook. If queen takes rook, we just trade 2 queens for a rook. Sorry, 2 rooks for a queen. Okay, that I didn't see. That I did not see. Oh, I should have played the other rook. He has a perpetual. Looks like a perpetual here. He's looking for something better. Gah. Oh. Okay, king and pawn ending here. I can push. I need to do something here. Okay, I like my chances actually. Get my king centralized. I'm down a pawn, but down a pawn and a king and pawn ending. Not too good, actually. Maybe I can hold the draw. No, we're not gonna advance and let him gain time like that. Okay, we win one of those pawns. Are we probably losing too much time though? Gotta grab it. Yeah, we're lost. Let's see if we can swindle white here. There's no reason not to try. Maybe there's a stalemate to be had. I don't think so. Okay. Time to resign. Whoop. Resign. Oof. Tough one. Victorious 007. Well, classic for me here. Getting a great position out of the opening. And somehow bungling, well, I usually bungle the middle game, not the ending, to be fair. I mean, really should have gone for bishop takes d4 right here, and that's just a clean pawn. There's nothing, there's no downsides. After knight d5, it's a little fuzzier. Black gets that move in. Yeah, c5. Oh, bishop takes b2. Just boldly going for it. Computer's very materialistic. Okay, it's not as convinced after this. Castle king side. Castle queen side. This is no good. Ooh, that's a terrible move. Queen b5 check. King e7. f4. White's way better here. Oh, Queen h6 does look like a draw. Queen h7, though. Queen h7 allows me to... Why is that? I guess it's no better. What about Queen f7 here? Looks drawish. Wow. So he's got Queen b7. The one after King f6. Well, Queen f3. Okay, King f8. Better than King f7? Wow, how does this matter? He can't check me on the light squares to fork that rook. So f8 is actually a pretty safe spot for the king. Queen d6, King g8. I was hoping to go to g8, but the game continuation didn't allow me to do that. Queen d7, King g8. Yeah, we got to this position. We basically got to this position, didn't we? Queen d5. Yeah, so let's go back to the game. We got to that position. Queen d5, Queen e7, sorry, Queen e6, King h7, Rook h, e1. I've got to allow my king to step on the back rank without disconnecting those rooks. That was a very careless decision. I think when I did the analysis, I looked at this, and then when it actually came time to make the move, I saw the clock getting down below 10 seconds, and I panicked and went for this. Very different moves here. The wrong rook for sure, because watch what happens. Now back to zeros. He has his perpetual. I should have left the queens on the board, I guess. This line leaves the queens on the board. He's got this check. He picks up my rook. But d3 is a pretty dangerous pawn. What if he goes here? Queen takes b2. And I've got the passed pawn, probably a draw, a long drawn out checking affair, but I've got the winning chances since I got this passed pawn. I can just push. There's probably too many perpetuals for this to be anything but a draw. Instead I went for this king and pawn ending, which, yeah, is losing. The king and pawn ending I should have known was losing. I was down a pawn. I got excited about this e-pawn. Yeah, and he's just completely winning here. And maybe at this point, pushing is good. I can't make it in time, though, can I? No, I can't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I should have kept the queens on. But time, pressure, errors, as usual. So maybe I'll learn this lesson someday. Stay feisty, folks.